What lurks in the ruins of the deep ocean is a mystery that not even the most important researchers have been able to reveal. Deep down, in the darkness of the sea, there are all sorts of horrors and creatures never before seen by human eyes. However, in the Mariana Trench, one of the most terrifying places in the world, some adventurers and researchers have managed to capture the first images of what may be the greatest horror ever seen in the ocean. These are 7 creepy things that will surely become a part of your nightmares if you're ready to meet them. So, do you dare to join us? Follow us to the heart of the ocean and prepare to be amazed. Number 7. Ghost Bridges. Bridges have generally been a human invention to connect two naturally separated points. However, the depths of the ocean seem to disagree with this idea. At the end of 2011, 4 massive 69-kilometer rock bridges were found in the Mariana Trench. No one knows how these structures reached the deep sea, but their existence defies science and even logic. According to specialists, these bridges could have been produced by a meeting of the tectonic plates of the Pacific and the coasts of the Philippines. These natural bridges will have formed after the collision. They mysteriously seem to have been created by human beings, although in reality, it's just the work of nature. Number 6. Liquid sulfur. One of the most chilling things you might encounter when visiting the Mariana Trench is a substance capable of destroying stone. It's liquid sulfur, and not just any liquid sulfur, but one that lives in the sea. How is this possible? According to research, this substance comes from the Daikoku submarine volcano, which is located at a depth of 414 meters inside the Mariana Trench. This volcano would be responsible for having formed an extraordinary lake of sulfur that specialists have nicknamed the cauldron because of the black substance that burns at a temperature of 187 degrees Celsius. Science hasn't yet been able to study the characteristics of this strange phenomena in detail, but initial results seem to indicate that far below, there could be a real inferno in the depths of this underwater volcano. Number 5. Ooze. When a person enters the beach, they usually first feel the texture of the sand, and then on the shore, they begin to feel how it starts getting wetter and wetter. For many, this is what the ocean floor feels like, but does it really feel like that? Have you ever wondered what the floor of the deep ocean feels like? Researchers have attempted to answer this question in the Mariana Trench, and the result has been disturbing. According to analysis, sand as we know it doesn't exist down there. Instead, there's a pile of prehistoric corpses mixed with all kinds of particles, plankton, crushed shells, and a myriad of other debris that have accumulated over the centuries to create a viscous, putrefying mass. This matter is called ooze and is believed to constitute the true floor of the deep sea. Of course, no one has experienced how it feels to step on this underwater soil, but one thing is certain: secrets about the history of the planet can be found among the components of this strange matter. Number 4. Giant toxic amoebas. Another of the surprises that the Mariana Trench offers to its visitors lies in an animal that's widely known worldwide and that transformed into a surprising and disturbing creature in this part of the planet. These are amoebas, not the ones you're used to seeing in documentaries, but giant amoebas up to 10 centimeters long that have grown unstoppably thanks to low temperatures, high pressure, and lack of sunlight. These creatures have reproduced en masse and dominate a large sector of the Mariana Trench. In addition, numerous investigations have confirmed that they possess certain toxicity, although it would be more appropriate to call it immunities, since they are resistant to countless chemicals that will kill most species, including humans. According to analysis, these giant anemones regularly ingest a series of minerals through the water, such as uranium, mercury, lead, and other elements that have made them extremely resistant and dangerous beings. Number 3. Superheated water. As surprising as it may seem, the sun means nothing to the species that live in the Mariana Trench. At such a depth, life doesn't depend on the sun's rays and heat, but on a hotter and closer place, the famous hydrothermal vents. Generally, these vents are found at a depth of 1.6 kilometers and are known as black fumaroles. Around them, water acquires the needed warmth for life to thrive in a place where temperatures are close to freezing. These vents spew out tons of minerals and constant jets of water at 450 degrees Celsius. Combined, they represent the energy needed for marine creatures to survive. Interestingly, their superheated water doesn't boil. Despite being hundreds of degrees above the boiling point, the water pressure prevents boiling from happening and allows the different species in the Mariana Trench to continue to grow in a fascinating ecosystem. Number 2. Chilling sounds. One of the most spooky discoveries that science has recorded in the Mariana Trench is related to a series of disturbing sounds coming from the seafloor. Of course, these aren't simply animal noises, but undecipherable recordings of which there's no knowledge whatsoever. To capture these sounds, a series of underwater drones called ocean acoustic gliders have been used, which have been diving into the deepest parts of the ocean since 2014, armed exclusively with underwater microphones that record the myriad noises of the deep. Initially, this experiment was intended to analyze the deep sea through its waves and vibrations, but one of the drones managed to capture something disturbing off the coast of Guam. At first, many specialists concluded that it was a whale cry. This theory was quickly disproved. The sound, baptized as Western Pacific Bighorn, represents a real enigma for the specialists since there's no pattern that resembles any known creature. It only maintains certain similarities with baleen whales, but after several years, research seems very far from having any real answer. So far, this chilling and disturbing noise remains at the bottom of the Marianas, without us knowing to whom it belongs. Number 1. Sea monsters. One of the biggest concerns of the last decades is related to what is hidden at the bottom of the sea. Are there creatures or sea monsters that we haven't been able to observe? Are they close to appearing before us? These questions remain difficult to answer, but even science agrees that the Mariana Trench could provide some answers. This is one of the most mysterious places on Earth. It's considered the deepest point on our planet, and a few expeditions there have yielded all kinds of amazing discoveries. However, we still know only a small percentage of the secrets of this trench, which hasn't stopped giving anecdotes and disturbing stories since 1960. Throughout history, not many brave people have dared to dive into its depths, but those who have claim to have encountered all kinds of terrifying creatures and monsters. Some of these supposed beasts are nothing more than small, deformed, blind fish with creepy or repulsive appearances that only very few have had the chance to observe. However, as the years have progressed and technology has allowed us to delve deeper into their waters, we seem to be getting closer to what we fear so much, the real sea monsters. It's believed that all kinds of prehistoric creatures, including the megalodon, could be hiding in the shallows of the Mariana Trench. But so far, these are only unfounded assumptions. Even so, estimates suggest that in the not-too-distant future, humans will be able to reach the fearsome depths. The time to discover what dwells at the bottom of the ocean is approaching, a monster that's possibly hidden from us and that we will awaken for better or worse. Will we encounter monsters and unexplainable creatures? Will we discover something unexpected? Will we be able to withstand the discoveries of the future? We can only wait for now. Although if you want to have a little taste of what possibly dwells at the bottom of the sea, then you'd better take a look at the following videos and get ready to meet the world that no one has ever seen. Ready? Here are the videos for you.